say shit you too scared to say. I'm a real bitch now, deal with it. I'm a real bitch now, deal with it. We say shit you too scared to say. I'm a real bitch now.
You tuned into Raw Real Talk. We'll be keeping 100 with you at all times. And on this segment, we're talking about becoming aware in regards to the world that you live in. Some people are so focused on their own country, they're so focused on their own state, that they're not looking at the global issues and situations that's going on. And I also want to speak about how we connect on these global issues and how we are using, or should I say misusing, these social media sites. We're so concerned with having fun and laughing at people's pain or at their failure or at their mistakes. We're not really looking at the severity behind them. Yes, it is important to keep yourself laughing, to keep yourself going. But if it's to a point that you're laughing so much that you're forgetting about the people that are in poverty, the people that need help, forgetting about the global issues and the social ills that's going on around you, you're having too much damn fun. I feel that we are misusing these social media sites where we can be talking and having intellectual conversation. And when I say intellectual, we're not talking about book smarts. We're talking about becoming aware of what's going on around you. I don't care if it's about disease, poverty, people getting raped, whatever it is that you want to talk about. You need to start thinking about it critically so you can see why you feel the way that you feel. Bounce off what you feel with your peers and see if you all could come up with a plan, a solution. You don't know what kind of ideas and solutions we can form if we start sticking together as a people. We're so divided and we're so afraid of change. So we just stick to doing what we know. And that's laughing and having fun and drinking and doing drugs and shit that you feel like is getting your mind off these social problems, but it's only created more of a problem. It's like we're so focused on YouTube and finding the next funny video, or we're so focused on these celebrities and Hollywood, but you're not really focusing on each other so you can create solutions and get your voice out there. And you need to start supporting organizations that is for the greater good of humanity. And you need to stop supporting these celebrities with buying the next hot album, the next hot single. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm saying there's so much going on that we are blocking our minds out because we are mesmerized by social media and having fun and entertainment. So I want you to really think about that. Think about what it is that I'm saying. And like I said, when I mention intellectuality, do not go straight to the books or you have to have a degree. That's not what I'm talking about. If we're going to speak about degrees, have a degree in life. And having experience. Life is about experience and having wisdom. All those pieces of paper, that don't mean shit. Because it's people with pieces of paper that don't even got jobs. So what I'm talking about is conversing first about seeing what's going on. See what's going on around you. Then converse and give your opinion about what's going on. Then after your opinion, see what can you come up with solutions. Like I said, we so worried about Chris Brown, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and all of that shit. We're forgetting about the people that are not what you consider celebrities, that are getting shot down and killed and murdered. Babies getting murdered. Teenagers getting murdered every single day, trying to ask for help.
This young woman's family learns new details of her tragic death, but the more they find out, the more upset they're getting. On the edge tonight, a woman shot dead, her body dumped, her family devastated. But now police say it may have been just a tragic mistake. They say that someone killed her because they thought she was a criminal. Fox News' Andrea Isom live now in Dearborn Heights with more. Andrea?
I'm going to read you a sentence from the press release issued to us from the Dearborn Heights Police. And it says, a 19-year-old Detroit woman was fatally shot while standing on the front porch of the home. With that being said, her family says this was no accident. This was not self-defense because they say they were not told that she did anything wrong at all. They want the man responsible, the shooter, the killer, to pay because right now they believe he's getting away with murder.
This man just came to the door by somebody just knocking. She didn't break in his house. She didn't break a window. What, you seen somebody on your porch and you just started shooting? And then you say it was accidental? That wasn't accidental. That wasn't accidental. No.
19-year-old Renisha McBride is dead. Police telling us she took her last breath on this porch on Outer Drive in Dearborn Heights. So you did hear a gunshot?
Yeah, it was pretty close.
It was first thought, and her family tells us they were first told that Renisha's body was dumped, discovered in this area. But no, she died here, right here, and detectives have identified the man who did it.
When she was leaving off the porch, she was shot in the back of the head. Well, half of her face is gone. You know, we have to go and bury her, and they're not even knowing if she's going to be able to have an open casket.
You wanted her dead. That's my opinion. You wanted her dead. For you to just shoot somebody in the head and not think twice about it, it's just, he shouldn't be free at all.
This is a senseless death. My niece is gone. I feel it was, right now, the way I'm feeling it was racist. You seen this black African young lady knocking, not breaking in your house, not breaking a window, knocking for help. He didn't even try and see what kind of help she needed.
Renisha's family believes that is why she was there, knocking, looking for help, though they don't know why or what happened from the time she left home until she ended up in Dearborn Heights. But when neighbors saw a crowd of police cruisers, they asked investigators.
I say, what's going on? He say somebody to get in his house, or seems like force-wise, tried to force him, and he got scared and shot the person.
Scared of Renisha? Her loved ones think that's a lie.
What you did was not right. If you should have did anything, you should have called the police. 911, there in Dearborn Heights, police would have been there before you turned your face or turned your eyes. The police have been pulling up in 2 or 3 minutes in Dearborn Heights. He did not have to pull that gun out, and he did not have to kill my niece, especially as she was leaving off the porch.
Just shooting a person by being scared, it don't make no sense to me.
What was he afraid of?
He the one with the gun.
But he killed her. And he's out of jail? Wow. Could I possibly do that? Somebody knocked at my door and I pulled my shotgun out and I shoot them while they're leaving off my porch instead of finding out what was the problem? Would I be standing here? No, I'd be in jail without a bond.
I'm lost for words. I just don't feel like he should have been released.
Renisha's family says she is quiet, hardworking, and keeps to herself and would never do anyone any harm ever. Now, police are not saying anything at all about this case except that they are still investigating. The family says they want justice and they're going to fight until they get it. Reporting live in Dearborn Heights, I'm Andrea Isom on The Edge.
And Andrea, just to get this straight, the victim did not know the family of the man who shot her. That is correct, right?
That is what the family says right now. They do not believe she knows this man at all. They believe somehow in her comings and goings. She went out Friday night. They say this happened early Saturday morning. Sometime from the time she left home and was going to a friend's house, something happened. They don't know exactly what that is. They still don't know where her car is. So there's still a lot of unanswered questions. But they said in that time, they believe she went to this house, maybe not even knowing exactly where she was, asking, looking for help. And they say because this man was afraid, thought she was an intruder, instead of asking and, inquiring of what she needed or who she was, they say he just opened fire, and now Renisha is dead.
Let me also get this straight. The fatal wound was to the back of the head, which means she was walking away at the time.
And this is what her this is what her family tells us right now. We're still waiting for confirmation from all that from police. But as I said, right now they're not saying a lot. They issued a press release, which was about 3 sentences, and they aren't saying much at all about this person. We wanted to know the status of him. We wanted to say, is this guy at home right now? But that they're not saying. So a whole lot more information we need to know, and the family obviously wants to know too.
And we do too. All right, Andrea, thank you.
So open up your mind, people. That's what I am promoting, for you to open up your mind to all of these social ills and see what can you come up with to lessen world crisis. Because as we know, world crisis is steady rising, and everybody may identify with what a world crisis is to them in their personal lives. But regardless of how or what you identify as a crisis, we as a people need to just stop inhumanity and start humanity and open up our minds and become aware of what's going on around us and create solutions. And I want you to understand, there is no master plan besides stopping inhumanity and start humanity and stop thinking inhumanely and start thinking humanely. Be ready to help your fellow man. Be ready to open your eyes to what's going on around us. So with everything that I said, take it or leave it, chew the meat, throw out the bone. Whatever you don't agree with, that's fine. I still thank you. But I want you to open your mind. And if you one of these people that go on Facebook and all you doing is just pushing out photos and talking nonsense and gossiping and just want to just laugh and chit chat all day, opposed to chit chatting about what can make our world better, you need to correct that. You really need to correct that because there's so much going on. And at Raw Real Talk, we only speaking about the raw, real truth and trying to expose the lies and the charlatans like we told you. We really are trying to push humanity. In order to push humanity, you got to expose inhumanity because it's a balance. It's a coexistence. Because how can you really understand what humanity is if you don't understand what inhumanity is? What it feels like to be uncomfortable, to know what it feels like to be comfortable. And that's what I want you all to understand. And it doesn't matter what your financial status is, your gender, your skin tone. And a lot of people is dependent upon their power and their fame and their status to get them where they need to go. And that's not going to get you nowhere because all of these celebrities are still unhappy, beating up their face, sticking all kinds of shit in their ass, getting ass shots and shit, and lightening up their skin. Is sad. So obviously they didn't got the answer. They do not have the answer. Because they wouldn't be doing all this plastic surgery and all this cosmetic surgery and shit if they was happy. They would be accepting themselves for who they are. All of these things that I'm speaking is interrelated to how we can converse and have a better conversation and interaction where, like I said, we can put our heads together to come up with solutions. And it might be something that you know that I don't know. Bring it to my attention. Give me information. Teach me. I am a student as well as I am a teacher. And if a teacher cannot humble him or herself and remember that he was once a student, he will not be able to teach thoroughly and productively. Now, with everything that I explained and shared with you today, I hope you take away the central messages that we need to start making ourselves aware with what's going on around us and stop thinking about entertainment every day and all day. Use these social media sites to your advantage. Please don't just be so worried about hooking up. Who you gonna fuck with next? Who you gonna fuck next? Who you gonna drink with next? Who you gonna do drugs with next? Who you gonna go to the club with next? And who you gonna send a picture to next? Make your social media networks and these different mediums and media sources work for you to spread your voice so we can converse and have more productive conversations and quality conversations and intellectual conversations so we can come up with ideas and brainstorm to solve these social problems. God bless.